nova criação, andando na unção, salvando esta geração. A Bíblia é meu pão, é minha comida, é minha água viva. Esse meu irmão, ele me amou primeiro, ele me achou primeiro, ele é a razão.
That is not Photoshop. Yeah.
No Photoshop, no Photoshop.
Mama, pásame esa foto that we just took.
Yeah. Dice que no me conoce.
Have a photo shoot Monday where? Hold on,
A ver.
In Glendale.
Oh, doing what?
More covers of magazines.
Ooh, what is this? Workout announcer?
Can you make us look like that?
See?
Oh my god. Sweat?
Oh my god.
What is this, a towel? Oh, una paja? So is this part of your line or what?
I'm the face of the brand.
Oh.
Ready to start?
No, ¿por qué me retiras mi trago? Échale.
You want some more?
And so it was, I got to meet this amazing guy through him, and I'm so thankful for that we still get to have a friendship, even though he moved away to Oklahoma. But he's doing amazing things. He has an amazing story about how he really transformed into, being a successful entrepreneur and now bodybuilder, model, actor. Yes, and we are back with our boy Abraham Cruz.
What's up?
What's up, Abe? How are you?
Good, thanks for having me.
Of
love your
course.
muscles.
Gracias.
Yeah,
Very
seriously.
nice touch.
See, cómo no?
Touch a Ruby. Ruby's all shy.
It's okay. Está bien. They don't bite.
I'm
No.
petting him like a dog.
You know what's funny, Abe? It's like you have the body that you see, like people that have it in magazine, live and not photoshopped or airbrushed. Like you are the real deal.
How do you make them?
How do you maintain? That is pure discipline right there.
That's all it is, and it's just straight discipline. Finding your priorities, making it the priority. If you want something, you go get it. You do it.
How many hours do you do? How many?
I put in at least 2 to 3 hours.
A day? Non-stop? Like
Yeah.
good ones?
Yeah.
No mirror exercise?
No, you're exercising. No.
No?
No. I'm in there busting my butt, sweating from head to toe, with that thing that I gave you. That teaspoon of
Am
gel,
I
yeah.
gonna look like you? I mean, obviously.
No,
not
you're not gonna look like me, but you will definitely be able to sculpt and mold whatever it is that you're looking for. That body and that physique. You guys are both gorgeous. You guys
Thank you.
look great. But I remember when we first met, you were a little heavier.
I know.
And
the breakup diet, it's doing me good.
I've been following you obviously, and I'm seeing all the bathing suit photos and you at the beach and laying out, and I'm seeing you putting in some work too.
Trying to put in some work. No, but what age, how old were you when you started working out like this?
Oh, well, I mean, I'm an athlete. I've been playing sports since I was 11 years old. Took me out of the hood. Sports is my big blessing. That took me out of the projects. Yeah.
So, Abe, you have a really interesting story. I love how your shirt says "Mind of a Champion," because mindset of a champion, because that's really what you've transformed yourself to be, right?
Right.
But you have the Abe Cruz project book coming out, right?
Yes, absolutely. I just got off the phone with one of my editors out in New York. We actually just got off the phone. He was reviewing it, checking it out, and his first response was, this guy, because we hadn't actually talked. My agent had passed it along, and they got the ball rolling. So today was our first conversation, and we were talking, and he was telling my agent, he says, this guy has a strong, great voice as a writer. And I didn't know what that meant at first, voice. I was like, I'm not talking, I'm writing. So I didn't get the lingo at first, but he's saying that he can see visually what I'm actually explaining. Because I'm an entrepreneur, so I don't have like set skills on how I'm supposed to write correctly. But it's actually coming along pretty good.
And I know that there's like an excerpt in your book that says, I made a huge mistake in my life, and what was that huge mistake that you made in your life? Because when you go onto your website, you see that you actually were locked up for a minute, right? You were locked up for 3.5 years in prison?
For a minute? That's a long time.
Yeah.
What'd you do?
I would never look at you right now and think that you're any type of bad boy or thug, but you know what? That's kind of attractive that you have that background. You know what I mean? 'Cause I don't know. I'm like, if you ask me for my type, I'm like, I love a dude that has like a bad boy in him, but at the same time is smart. And I love tats. You don't have any tats. You're lucky.
Yes, he does.
When I was like, no, I don't. Nothing.
You don't have no tats
No.
at all.
No.
What? I don't know what Ruby's seen that I haven't seen.
I know. No.
No, so talk to us about this huge mistake you made that landed you in prison.
It happened in my early 20s. Just hungry, trying to hustle, grinding. I was personal trainer. I was a club promoter. I was doing real estate, just hustling all the time. And pretty much somebody, just came up to me and was like, for everything that you're doing and all the hours that you're spending, I'll help you make that same amount of money in, 48 hours, 24 hours. So I actually declined the offer at first. I wasn't interested in hearing it. I thought, I don't know, he wanted me to kill someone. I didn't want to hear it. I didn't need it at that point. But so many different things just started happening in life. And when I was listening to Doctor, it so much makes sense about why you do certain things, your circumstances, the choices that you make. And for me, I was just at a time where things were just kind of like hitting a low point. The girl broke up with me. I need help with my mom. I need to help my mom with rent. I just got into a car accident. Just all of these things started hitting me.
Stacking up.
Yeah, just stacking up and bills bigger. So I kind of took this offer up and drove cross country. From LA out to the East Coast.
With some merchandise in your car?
With a lot of merchandise in my car, yeah. Real merchandise.
How did you get popped?
How much were you gonna get paid for that?
It ranges every trip.
For that specific trip?
Anywhere from 10 grand to 30,000.
Quick money.
Yeah. And that was 3.5 years of your life.
Well, that's kind of what ended up happening. But, as I get into the story, they actually offered me 30 years on a violent crime because they said I had a key of cocaine in the car. And
did you?
I was set up. I wasn't supposed to have a key of cocaine in the car. I'm not here to educate people on the drug game, but...
Why not?
Well, I don't know how real. Obviously, you guys are talking real here. So.
Well, we keep it 100. Tell us.
But so I drove cross country with merchandise, all white, powder, and I was the driver. I'm like the driver guy. So deliver everything, and I'm supposed to come back with a lot of cash. And I came back. I'm driving through many states, and when I ended up in Oklahoma, I just got pulled over. I ended up finding out so many different things later down the line. I mean, the house that I had to drop off to got raided the night after I left. So obviously somebody there gave me up. Just so many different things started happening.
Yeah.
But I did it. They offered me a 30-year sentence. I'm talking about fleeing the country now. I'm talking about, heading to China, Venezuela, Mexico on the way. I don't know. So many different things going on through my mind. And I had a little bit of money, obviously, stacked up. So I had to hire an attorney, paid him. All he wanted was more money. It's a movie. It's a straight movie. I mean, when I got busted and bailed out, I called my brother, tell him, hey, go get the stash, need help, blah, blah, blah. Flew out to Oklahoma, bailed me out. As soon as I get out, I'm on the phone with my mom. She's screaming and yelling at me, and the DEA is busting into the house.
Like, pendejo, what were you thinking?
So then the DEA is in the house, dogs, shotguns, todo. I mean, everything. It's a movie. So
3.5 years. How was it in prison?
It was the
Did
best.
you adapt?
It was the best experience of my life.
Being in prison?
Yeah.
Why?
At the end of the day, you have two options: to make it the worst experience and the best experience.
That's true.
So I went in, and obviously I was a little devastated at first. And you saw my mugshot.
I did. It doesn't even look anything like you. You were puny.
What does that mean?
That puny means like a bien flaquito, así bien flaquito, bien puny.
No,
now
my
he's like,
mugshots.
Medio flacucho.
oh my gosh,
No.
show Ruby your mugshot. She's not
So
even gonna believe it's you.
Were you married?
I wasn't all, at the beginning of this whole journey, no.
So what happened? Okay, so when you're in there, nobody can visit you or what?
Oh yeah, anyone could visit me, pero
no
no,
visitas
who's gonna visit me now? Especially in Oklahoma, who's gonna pay money to fly out there and visit me? And just like you hear about all the success stories, when you got money and you're balling and you're at the club popping bottles and buying your girl Louis this and Fendi that, they're all over you as soon as it's done. I mean, I had a couple girls, all write me, say, sorry, can't talk with you anymore, sorry, my mom doesn't want me associated with you, sorry, I need to move on. Just typical stuff. So, obviously, I was a little hurt with all of that, and, but...
What was the first thing you do when you left prison? You had sex with him.
No, that was not the first thing. The first thing
The
first thing I did was get on a bus and go to the gym.
You're lying. As if you didn't have enough time to go to the gym in there.
So I mean, it's like I said, I actually called my mom and I told her that, like, todo está bien. I'm hanging out at Boy Scout camp now. Like, cause when I went in there, so after, like, I got a letter from my attorney at like month 7 or 8. I was supposed to be in and out in a year. I was supposed to get a judicial review because I was a first-time offender, clean record. I should be in and out in a year. Well, I got a letter saying that got denied. You're not getting out in a year. So hang tight. We'll see what happens. So now I was just like totally I cried, panicked, did everything, right? Called my mom and I talked with her and she told me, mijo, todo va a estar bien. Pray to God, órale a Jehová, ¿cómo se dice?
Jehová.
Yeah, so I can pronounce it. But she told me, get on your hands and knees and pray to God and ask for a second chance at life. You need to show him that you're serious. You can't just pray and think that he's gonna be there for you.
Yeah.
You have to sacrifice. So I fasted for 40 days. I went in and I fasted. I went from 180 pounds down to 150.
Nice.
Because I fasted. And
that's a good way to lose weight.
At the time, I was just like,
what were you eating? Nothing.
Well, I mean, in prison there's not much. Bologna sandwiches for lunch.
You were eating that?
Well, at one point I had to just to survive. Yeah. I mean, when you first go in there, and so it's funny because I make some references in the book. This one the Christmas before I was at the Playboy Mansion. I dropped like $7,000 that night. I remember right around Christmas time, had a fun night. The next Christmas I was in Oklahoma County having top ramen noodle and imitation Oreo cookies for Christmas. Yeah, they weren't even Oreos. They were like, just
wannabe
a generic brand that they charge us like $4 for.
They charge you for that?
Yeah.
That's why you gotta put money in your books.
Yeah.
And how do you pay for that?
My mom kept me going.
They have to support you from the outside?
Yeah, they put money in your books.
I mean, you don't have to. You don't have to.
You could be poor or rich in prison?
Yep.
You're lying.
No. You can. I mean, there's hustle. There's game in there. There's stores, commissary, exchange.
Okay, you're very pretty. Did they ever try to like?
He's like, that's not
No. I'm so like. I mean, this. Everybody asks that because that is the majority.
Handsome, yeah.
Well, no, not because I'm handsome, gracias, thank you. But that's what happens when you're in there. Yeah, you do get pimped out, and someone will want to call you on and
so you gotta stand up for yourself.
All of that. You gotta stand up for yourself, or you just go in there. So, but I went in swole. I went in
swole.
Like I was big. I was bigger then than I am now. Bigger, like muscular wise, not as cut. So, and I spoke Spanish, so I was cool with all the essays. I grew up in Pasadena, so I was cool with all the brothers. Everybody thought I was white, so the whole white side was like real cool with me. So it's kind of like I was the middle. I blended in with everybody.
If you were like really thin and look white like right now, you would probably.
Well, he would have got abused.
Well, no, I was the same guy, but man, everything comes down to you, your confidence, how you talk to people, respect. And fortunately, I did not have anybody that really wanted to test me like that. So, no.
Were you scared at some point?
At the beginning, yeah, at the beginning. But after you adapt to it, you develop the mindset of a champion, and you say, I'm going to make this the best experience of my life.
How do they pimp people?
just walk up to you straight up.
And they tell you you're gonna be
Tell
my.
Am I? Let's go.
Let's go.
That's what they say?
Yeah.
And what are they, what?
Just like that.
Even if they don't want to, they become?
They gonna whoop you. They gonna whoop you in the corner until you give in.
But I think it's kind of like men with women. You know what women you can get away with playing and, you know.
But
treating-
they don't beat you.
Yeah.
No, they take you to the shower and whoop you. Get 4 or 5 guys and whoop
But
you.
I'm just saying, I think like in prisons, being that it's its own culture of things, because it is
Where's
its own culture.
security? Where's security?
There's one guy in for like every 100 guys. The security just sits back and
Watch.
half of the time they're in on a
probably
deal.
in on it.
They're in on a deal.
Yeah.
Man, I'll tell you, they're making
Ruby,
more. They're
I
making
hope you
money.
never go to be so lost in there. You'd be like, what?
Oh, I saw.
¿Qué? ¿Tapa? ¿No tienen chile? ¿No tienen sal y pimienta?
Oh my god, I would totally no.
It was
That's
bad.
wrong.
It was bad.
I love you, Ruby.
But I saw girls. When
That's
I
what
was in the
happens
county.
when you dated thugs. You kind of like start understanding this stuff, you know?
Obviously, like that's the thing. I'm not a thug. I'm just like
I've never did it.
I wouldn't call myself, but maybe I'm just educated. I was educated, but I'm like, there's no limits to me. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, you definitely don't give me the vibe of a thug.
No,
But I mean,
I'm down. I don't know what you call it. You
What
know?
are you down for?
If it makes sense, you can't really explain what I'm talking about. It's just like it's a hustler's mentality. It's a champion's mentality. I'm gonna win.
yeah.
Whatever that means, whatever we're going for. If that means to just your life now, it means I have to save my life. Then I'm gonna win. I'm gonna be fine.
Yes, and listen, I want to talk when we come back. I want to talk about how you started your mission of inspiration and motivation with inmates, like
in prison.
Yeah, in prison, and you kind of like started these self-development classes with a faith-based message, inspired by motivational speakers like Jim Rohn and John C. Maxwell. Like you started that in prison, and that's pretty dope. So coming back, we're talking about that on Amber Rose Presents Risque with Roqc and Rubi.
Boom.
Alright, we come
For more exclusives, go to cbsplay.it.
Nesse jogo você vai ganhar. Faz sua parte, não tem que pensar, salvando esta geração.
Hope you guys liked it. Make sure you guys find that little face. That's mine. That's the subscribe button. Make sure you guys follow the channel. All right. Peace. Abe Cruz here.